When Betty White passed away on New Year's Eve 2021, just weeks before her 100th birthday, the world was devastated, and grief over the loss of this entertainment legend and pop culture icon poured out all over social media. Fans suggested that people toast to White, as well as the New Year, at midnight and celebrate her life well lived. As White's career spanned a whopping 8 decades in television, a medium she started working in during its infancy, she appeared with many well-known celebs doing what she loved to do most, making people laugh.
Yes,
At one time, she starred in the Carol Burnett Show spin-off Mama's Family, working with both Burnett and Vicki Lawrence. The two beloved stars texted each other upon learning of their co-star's death, and they revealed White's last word. Lawrence told Page Six, "I texted Carol and said, 'This just sucks. I hate this. It's just horrible to see the people you love so much go away.' Carol wrote back and said, 'I know. I spoke to Betty's assistant who was with her when she passed, and she said the very last word out of her mouth was Allen. How sweet is that?' I said, 'That is so sweet. God, I hope that's true. For all of us, I really hope it's true.' A lovely thought." The Allen White was referring to was her husband of nearly 20 years, game show host Allen Ludden, who passed away from cancer in 1981. He was White's third husband and said to be the love of her life. She never remarried in the 4 decades she lived without him. At one time, White told People magazine just how she felt about her late husband, saying, "He was the most genuine man I've ever known. I first fell in love with his enthusiasm. He was interested in everything." By the time White met Ludden, she had already been married twice before and wasn't ready to go through that again. It was White's passions for games and game shows that led her to meet Ludden, who was the host of a celebrity word game program called Password. White had been appearing on game shows for years before she met him. According to Parade, she once said, "I love games. Of course I met my husband on Password, so that one is extra special." The problem was, Ludden worked on Password in New York, and White wanted to stay in California where she had lived since she was a child. So she rejected him at first, and kept rejecting him, something she eventually regretted. She told Oprah Winfrey, "I spent a whole year, wasted a whole year that Allen and I could have had together, saying no, I wouldn't marry him.
No, I won't. No, I won't leave California. No, I won't move to New York." And I wasted a whole year we could have had together.
Oh.
But we made it.
White finally relented after Ludden wore an engagement ring around his neck and presented her with a jewel-encrusted stuffed bunny. That did the trick. White later told CNN she wasn't sure she wanted to wed again, but then realized she'd be foolish if she didn't.
No, that's not right, Betty.
She went on to explain, "I just wasn't about to take another chance. Then I thought, am I going to live the rest of my life without this man? Thank goodness we got married when we did." Although White and Ludden only had 18 years as man and wife, White always spoke of her late husband with love and was thrilled when he got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame right next to hers in 1988. When the star was unveiled, White told the crowd, "I cannot express what this day means to me. Don't be surprised if in the wee hours of the morning our stars are fooling around." Upon White's passing, her longtime agent, Jeff Witches, released a statement confirming her death and telling the world she couldn't wait to be with her Allen again. He said, "I will miss her terribly, and so will the animal world that she loves so much. I don't think Betty ever feared passing because she always wanted to be with her most beloved husband, Allen Ludden. She believed she would be with him again."